Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Dejana, or DJ for short. If you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and welcome to my channel. And if you're not new here, welcome the motherfuck back. Anyways, so today, if you guys notice that I am talking a little funny, it's actually because I just got not one, not two, but motherfucking 4 of my wisdom teeth taken. I got this one, and my 2 bottom ones. So if I'm talking with a little bit of a lisp, that's why. No offense to anyone with a lisp, by the way. Just if I'm talking a little funny, that's the reason why. Anyways, today is a very I would like to say it's a very interesting topic, and it's also like a topic that I kind of hold like near and dear to me, if that makes sense. And also another disclaimer, if I am talking a little low, it's because I got caught up on the phone with some friends tonight, and it is literally like 1 or 2 in the morning, and where I live the walls are like paper thin, and I don't want to like, I talk really loud and my voice carries, so I don't want to be like even though I probably will anyways. But anyways, okay, so anyways, as I was saying, guys, today we are going to do a few story times. So I picked like 2 or 3 of my most intimate, I guess I could say, and also my most recent, I would like to call them spiritual but also paranormal experiences that I've had in my life. So I guess, okay, so I'll do, this one's very personal and intimate to me, and this is like one of my first experiences with anything paranormal or anything like supernatural or anything like spiritual, and it was at a very young age. So me and my grandma was probably like in her 80s. And also, mind you, my dad was adopted, so this wasn't even like by blood my grandma, but she was still obviously my grandma, like, you know what I mean. But just letting you guys know, she wasn't even by blood. So so me and my grandma were pretty close. Like, I would like to say we were closer than my little sister and my grandma, or like my mom or my grandma, definitely, and because they would like bicker a little, you know. And then my dad and my grandma, like, I feel like I was like the closest, like at the time, I felt, you know, like I would always go in her room and she would be watching Jeopardy, and like,
this is Jeopardy! Now entering the studio are today's contestants. An advertising copywriter originally from Miami, Florida, Frank Sullivan. A freelance copywriter originally from Plainview, New York, Lois Feinstein. And an energy demonstrator from Waverly, Ohio, Greg Hopkins. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
She'd be watching Jeopardy on her TV, and I would go in there and just like lay there and like kick my feet up and like bug her, like, you know, I was like freaking like 9 or 10, and I would just go in her room and hang out with her, watch Jeopardy with her, and she would show me like pictures of like my dad's dad, or her like husband, if I remember correctly, and like he was in like the war and all this stuff, so she would show me like cool like old war pictures, and like it was just cool. I would always go hang out with her and stuff, and I would go get on her nerves, but I know she like loved it low-key because I was like visiting her and shit, you know. So anyways, her and my mom would bicker and stuff a little bit, and but I remember even this night, my mom was like worried about her because she was having chest pains. So she told my mom like, oh, like, yeah, Maria, I'm having chest pains or whatever. And my mom was like, do you need to go to the hospital? Like, are you sure you're okay? Like, I remember like the night before, and I was like 9 or something, like 9 or 10. I'd like to say maybe 8. I don't think younger than 8, but you know, it was so long ago I don't remember. I'd have to ask my mom again, which I forgot to ask her earlier. But anyways, so I was around that age, and I remember my mom was asking my grandma like if she was okay, like did she want her to take her to the hospital, and like my grandma and my mom didn't per se get along, you know, so it was like kind of like they were like talking, so it was like, oh, okay, like this is serious, you know what I mean, like she's really not feeling well, like my mom's super concerned, and like my grandma was like, no, it's fine, like I'll just rest here, it'll be fine, like I'll stay here, you know what I mean. So we kind of the night before knew that she was having like heart problems, but like, so the next day I'm like obviously the first one to wake her up. My mom's like, oh, go wake up your grandma, and ask her for like money for milk or some shit. I don't freaking remember. She told me to go wake her up for some reason or the other. So I'm walking up to her room, and her room was like in the back of, we lived in a 2-story house, and her room was like downstairs, like right next to the computer room. There was like a bathroom back there, her room, and then the laundry room, the computer room, then the living room. So it was all like a downstairs. There was like 2 living rooms, like a family room, the kitchen, and the living room. But anyways, besides the point. So I remember I'm walking up to her room, and I kid you not, guys, like I had like a feeling, like I remember like being super young and just thinking like, oh shit, she's not alive, like, you know, she died. Like before I had walked in the room, y'all, like get this, like before I even walked in the room, like my mom was just asking me to go wake her up to get some like milk money or some shit, you know, and I had like a feeling, you know, but I wasn't scared for some reason, you know, like I just knew. And then I walk in the room, and I'm not gonna get into like super details about the way I found her, because that's my grandma, that's my family, obviously I want to keep some things personal, but I will say that she was deceased. I had found her, she had passed away, and I didn't know, like I knew she was passed, but like, you know, being a kid, it didn't like connect, so I was like shaking her, like wake up granny, wake up, like, you know, I was jumping on the bed, like honestly I was trying to wake her up, like I was a kid, you know, I didn't know. It's like the thing that's weird that I remember about it now is like I knew she was passed before I walked in the room, but then when I walked in, I think I was like in shock or something, you know. So I'm over here like trying to wake her up, and then I was like all of a sudden it like hit me, and I froze, and I was like, oh my gosh, like she's died, you know. And I was like, oh my gosh, Granny died. Like I just remember screaming like, Granny died, and like I was screaming at my mom and like my dad and everyone, and yeah, like so the paramedics came and all that, and you know, it was really sad and everything, and so then I remember like that night, right, like because honestly I slept with my mom, like because I had night terrors. I slept with my mom until I was like 12 or something, you know. I was a scaredy cat. Me and my sister were scaredy cats. I personally had night terrors. I don't know what your excuse was, girl. I'm just kidding, but anyway, yeah, anyway, so we slept with my mom till we were like 11 or something, 12, and that night, okay guys, get this, so that night I'm sleeping, and mind you guys, this is before I had dabbled in drugs or drinking or anything of this sort. Like I was completely like just an innocent kid, like, you know, my head had not been like fucked with yet, you know. This was like a few years right before my head got fucked with, but I was not tainted by the world yet. So I remember I wake up in the middle of the night. I don't remember what time. I just remember it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I look, so like my mom's bed's like facing this way like this, and then the door like to the hallway that leads downstairs is like right to the left. And so I remember like for some reason I like sat up or looked up, and I saw my grandma, you guys. Like I saw her, and she was in her favorite dress, which was like, I'll never forget, it was, she always wore it, it was a magenta-ish like floral long dress with like colorful flowers all over it, and she looked happy, you know. It made me feel a lot better because she looked happy, and she was at the door, and she was waving at me like this, like just like, and like smiled and then vanished. Like that's the only way I could like describe it, you know, and it was so long ago, but I just remember it was like, I was so scared, you guys, like my heart stopped, because I was the one who had found her past, you know, and it was like a traumatic day. Like the ambulance came, my dad was like downstairs, like in the room, like crying, and I never seen my dad cry, and like, it was just a rough day. And so like, I know what I saw, you know, and I'll never forget that. And I think like for years after that, I didn't like realize that she was like a guardian angel, and like she wasn't even just saying bye, she was just saying she was crossing over, and that she would be watching over me. And I didn't realize that until like years later, and I went through so many experiences, like near death and like just like spiritual experiences that I went through personally in my life. And now like I look back on it and realize like she's like been like my guardian angel, and like, you know, I truly believe that. And you know, seeing her like in my face like that, you know what I mean, at such a young age, I know what I saw, I'll never forget it, you know, it's like indented in my heart and my brain, you know. But like, yeah, so that was that experience with my grandmother. Rest in peace, Granny Goose. But I know you're still here watching, probably laughing at me making this video. But anyways, so that is my first spiritual, paranormal, whatever you want to call it, experience, okay, y'all? So not my first, but that's the first one I'm gonna tell today. I'll probably tell like one, okay, I'm gonna tell two more, you guys. So or should I just tell one more? I'm trying to decide. Anyways, okay, so I'll tell the second one. Okay, so anyway, y'all, so the second one, this was at my aunt's house, okay, and my aunt lives in Denver, Colorado. So we would go visit there like once a year or whatever, and she lived in like the freaking snow. It was like freezing cold. So she had a basement, right, y'all? She had a motherfucking basement, and they converted the basement into a living space. And so the living space, okay, so this is like kind of a graphic, crazy story that, you know, it trips me out to this day. So my mom and me and my sister were sleeping in one of the rooms downstairs, and one of my tia's rooms downstairs, right? And I guess, and the whole night I just had like I kept looking at the closet. It was like creeping me out for some reason, and I had brushed over this topic with my mom earlier today because I wanted to tell this story. So like, she kind of refreshed my memory because I didn't completely remember what happened. But so I just remember I kept looking. It was weird because like I just remember the closet was creeping me out, and like she was like, I had seen like, she saw a lady in I guess in like a white dress or whatever, like go into the closet. So she tells her sister, which is my tia, she was like, hey, what were you doing in the closet so late at night? And then my tia was like, I wasn't in the closet, like, the fuck, you know what I mean? And so like my mom, like we were too scared to sleep downstairs, I remember. And then I don't know in what series of events this happened, but like another night we stayed there, this was after we had known the ghostly shit was going on, like that it was haunted. We were all laying down. So it was me, like Andrea, Christian, like Randy, Danny, like my sister, like all of us cousins, like we were all sleeping on the floor of the living room. So there was the floor of the living room, and then there was a couch, and then there was a big mirror above like the couch. But like it was like the mirror, then the huge couch with like, you know, a gap, and then us on the floor, like we're all the way in the front, trying to sleep. Like we made like a little slumber party or whatever the fuck. And so I just remember all of a sudden like the freaking mirror swings down from the motherfucking mountaintops and like falls on us, and we all done damn lost our mind. We all scream like, oh shit, like the fuck, like, you know, we're like freaking out. My freaking I'm not gonna say who it was because I ain't gonna burn her out like that, but one of my cousins, she pissed her damn pants. We were all like terrified, like it was so scary. And so then that happens there, y'all. So that was freaking scary. And then the other thing that happens is my uncle, one of my Theos, he's sleeping in one of the other rooms, and he goddamn woke up, G-damn woke up at 3 in the morning, and there was a lady in a white dress, like an old lady in a white dress, and she's pointing at the alarm clock, like going like this, like trying to warn him, or I don't know what she was doing, but he was terrified. Like, we were all terrified at the end of the day. But yeah, so let me tell y'all this story real quick. Oh, let me get me some water for this. Anyways, y'all, okay, so later we had found out, so here's the story of my Tia's house. So I guess some lady, an older woman, elderly woman, her grandson supposedly beat her to death with a baseball bat. Yes, y'all heard me right. They beat her to death with a baseball bat, then dragged her up the stairs or something and buried her in the garage or something of that sort. I talked to my mom today and she said that they killed her in the garage, but like I remember them telling me that they killed her in the room we were sleeping in. I don't know if they're just saying that to scare us. Nevertheless, the story was that an elderly woman was beat by her grandsons in that house and buried in the garage. And all that shit happened to us there. Like, all that paranormal shit was going down there. And I mean, I didn't see anything in the room, but my mom saw a lady go in the closet, and I just remember having a really scary feeling about the closet. And what I did see from my own eyes was the freaking mirror damn swung down and like near broke on us. It didn't break, thankfully, but it fell. It could have broke on us, you know. It was scary. So yeah, guys, so that's my second supernatural or paranormal experience I'm going to tell y'all about tonight, and I have one more for y'all, so get ready for this. And I'm actually kind of scared to tell this. My phone just vibrated and I damn near had a fucking heart attack. Alright, y'all, let me tell you guys, this third story happened here where I live right now, and y'all can make this into whatever you want. You can like say what, like, you can think whatever the fuck you want. I already know what it is. Like, you guys can make your own opinion on this. Actually, comment down below and tell me what your opinion on the story is, because I'm still kind of confused myself, but I know what I feel, and I know I'm a very like spiritual person, and I know my intuitions, and you know what I mean. And also I know like what I saw was not fucking normal. I am so scared right now. It's like 2 or 3 in the morning and I'm recording this, and I'm just getting freaked out talking about this. Like, and the fact that I can't even play no damn music, like no Ashanti, Ja Rule, something in the background, and ludicrous, someone distract my ass from how creepy the story. Okay, anyway, go. So you guys, so my landlord was coming to talk to me about something or the other, right? And this was like during the COVID, well, it's still the COVID pandemic, but this was like in the midst, if I should say, shall we say, of the COVID pandemic. So this was like in, I don't know, y'all, it was in like November. It was recent. Anyways, okay, so my landlord knocks on my door, right? Knocks on my door. I open the door. This happened really quick, by the way, you guys. Like, I might tell it like it was a long story, but this happened like within like less than 5 minutes, probably less than 4 minutes. So I open the door, and my landlord's like, "Hi, blah blah blah," talking to me about something, and the girl who lives across from me, she opens her door, right? And I don't know what she's doing. Maybe she's picking up mail that was on her doorstep, or I'm not sure. I don't remember because I wasn't fucking paying attention. All I remember is seeing a guy come out like directly in front of her, like really close up to her, and really up behind my landlord. Like, so she's like picking up something on the floor like this, and then my landlord's standing in front of her, and the guy that I saw, the spirit or whatever that I believed it to be, was in the middle, right? So he's standing there and he goes like, okay, how do I explain this? I'm not explaining this right. Okay, so my landlord's talking, and then the guy, which, okay, at this time, you guys, I did not think nothing. I thought this was just some weird ass guy that came out of not my friend, the girl's apartment. So he goes like this up behind my landlord. He goes like this as my landlord's trying to talk to me. He goes, and you guys, I kid you not, his teeth were like, I'm like scared to even say this, but his teeth were like crooked as shit and like sticking out, kind of like, not kind of, like completely sticking out. And he was in like an old 1920s or 30s, like he was in a tuxedo, y'all, like a tuxedo and a hat, like a, you know, like the Monopoly hat, like the Monopoly guy wears, and he went like this behind my landlord. And I remember, like, I just thought it was funny. Like, I was just like, I thought it was maybe that girl's dude, or I don't even know what I thought. It just happened so fast, and I was just like, the fuck? Like, what did I just see? You know what I mean? And I remember just waving back. I was like, because, you know, I didn't want to be rude, and I just thought it was like, you know, it was just weird. And it literally just seemed like the landlord didn't notice, the girl didn't, like no one saw him there. But I didn't think nothing of it, because like I wasn't thinking that at the time. I was so sidetracked by how this guy's looked, like his mouth and like just his outfit, like his whole persona was just like bizarre. I never seen anyone like that here, let alone like across the room from me, right? So y'all, so story's not over. So I didn't think nothing of it, you guys. Like, the guy walked off and I'm just talking to my landlord. I was just like, what the hell? But I did text like this guy I was talking to, and I was like, yo, I just saw, the funniest thing happened. I just saw this like really funny looking guy like outside of my apartment, and it was like that, he was that profound looking that I texted the guy that I was like seeing at the time, and I was like, yo, like I was like giving him a description, like this guy, like it was so funny looking. He just like gave me the weirdest, most bizarre wave outside of my apartment. His teeth were like, you guys, it's not his teeth, I'm like getting scared to even say anything. His teeth were like not, like it didn't look normal, like they were really long and like sticking out, like he had never got them fixed like once in his life, you know. And so I don't know if any of y'all watch Kim Russo. She is a psychic medium. I love her. I watch her all the time. I don't know whether she's real or fake, whatever. I just really like her and I watch her show or whatever. So I'm watching her like probably 2 weeks later, and I'm on my phone, or like a week later, y'all, on my phone like watching her, and she's like talking about the spirit world or something, and like, you know when you just have like a click in your head and you're just like, you guys, I literally was like she was talking about some spiritual shit, the spirit world or something or the other, and y'all, like I just had a flashback of the guy that I saw outside of my apartment complex, and it clicked to me that that was not from this earth, like that was like a spirit. Because think about it, he was in a full-on like tuxedo with like a top hat. His teeth were jacked up, quite frankly, and back in the 1930s there wasn't no dental work. And I already like went over this with like friends and family and stuff. Like I was like, hold up, like am I crazy or am I crazy? Like, you know, obviously I'm not going to tell my landlord or anyone that lives here this. They'll probably think I'm fucking nuts. But like I saw what I saw, and you know, I felt what I felt when it was just weird that it's not that I even thought that was when I saw him, but it was like a week or so later, and it was just like a gut feeling. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like what the fuck, you know, like people couldn't get dental work back then. And then also it's like I realized that I'm pretty sure that the girl that lives across from me has a boyfriend who's like Latino or something. So it's like this was like a tall, skinny, white guy with like crooked teeth and like, you know, just I never seen him around here. And like I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute, like why would that guy be in the, you know what I mean? It was just completely trippy, bizarre, trips me out to this moment, like creepy, y'all, you know, like, but at the same time, like, I don't know, I didn't feel like scared or threatened. It just kind of felt, I don't want to say nothing too soon, but it just kind of felt like he was just like saying hello, you know. I don't fucking know, you guys, but anyways, that was only 3. Oh yeah, and I didn't even mention y'all that my apartment's like really old. It's from like the 30s or the 20s or something, and it's, yeah, it's a very old place. Like the architecture of my place is very old. Like just like if I ever did like a freaking room tour of my studio, y'all would see this is an old place. It ain't new, you know, this has been around the block. So, you know, it's possible that people that look like that lived here in the past. It's very plausible, actually, you know what I mean? This place is old as shit. It's from way back when. Anyways, y'all, yeah, those were just 3, I think I only did 3 of my spiritual paranormal experiences that I've had. Try to keep it short and sweet because my videos have just been going above and beyond and really fucking hard to edit. But yeah, if y'all would like to hear more of my experiences, just comment down below. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And yeah, y'all, if y'all liked my stories, I have plenty more where that came from. Those were only 3, you guys. I have like, I at least have a few more paranormal stories that I could tell y'all, but those were probably like some of my most profound. And then that last one was like my recent, which is like, that was like a few months ago, y'all. Like that's kind of scary for me. Not scary, it's just very, it's intense that I'm like almost 30 and like that was just, I don't care, y'all can call me crazy, whatever. I know what I saw, I know what I felt, you know, like that shit ain't no joke. Anyways, all good vibes here, you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and comment down below if you guys would like to hear my other paranormal or supernatural stories. And yeah, y'all take care, and don't forget to show me some love. Oh,